Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the core team mental health webinar series and the man of the series, Dr. Suresh Kumar Murugesan, and the organizer, the Department of Psychology, the American College, Madurai, and the associating partners, Madras School of Social Work, Chennai, MS Chellamuthi Institute of Mental Health and Rehabilitation, Madurai, Red Pond Educational and Psychological Research Center, Madurai, Yellow Pond Counseling Center, Madurai, and Psycho-Oncological Association, Turkey. We welcome all the participants for today's session 388. And today we have our dear Dr. Suresh Kumar sir with us. And he's the team lead of this series. He's the head of the department, the Department of Psychology, the American College, Madurai. He's the founder and director of Red Pond Educational and Psychological Research Center and Yellow Pond Counseling Center. So he has been doing a lot of sessions with us, and he has been talking a lot about stress management and different kinds of intelligence. And today he's with us with a topic on multiple intelligence. Sir, we are very much looking forward to you to listen more on that. Welcome you again, and thanks for being here. The session is over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Chandra, for a warm welcome and inputs regarding me. And thank you for having the faith on me to talk about different topics. And this one is very close to me. I like to share some of my personal connection with Howard Gardner. So the topic is introduced to me when I was doing my MET, Master of Education Technology, where Dr. Krishnan is the person who taught me about intelligence, and he told me that on different theories of intelligence and how it is measured, and some of the tests which were available in that department is about paper pencil test. And he told me that you can take your intelligence. So this is about, I got an introduction about intelligence in my college days when I was doing my master's in psychology, where I took, there are three types of tests. One is about performance test. It is about using that Alexander-Paslang test. It is a part of Bhattia's battery. So it is a subtest of intelligence where I took, and I come to know that, okay, this is the way we come to know that our mental ability. And another famous one, I was very curious about knowing my intelligence through Raven's progressive matrices. Raven's standard progressive matrices. It is a very popular one for nonverbal intelligence testing. So these were the testing were introduced in my practicals. And in theory, as usual, they introduced about the same theories only. There is no much difference. And after my PhD, when I was doing my PhD, after my master's, I was a junior research fellow where I got an opportunity to know about that ability of teachers. For that, I have to take achievement test, teaching achievement test. And then when I was taking my PhD, where one of the variable is an intelligence. It is a primary variable. The reason is, for example, every person having some potential or ability. I think no one, I will say that no one is not, no one come born with no abilities. I think you all agree with me. Everyone has an ability. Okay, some extent of ability they may possess. And why some people, they are having the ability, but they perform more than that ability, some people. And some people, they perform less than that potential what they have. Why? What is the difference? What are the factors that influence? So that is a curiosity I had, and I have to find out that overachievers and underachievers. It may be in any field. So that was the topic, and finding out these things very hectic for me, because I don't know how to overachievers. And if I label them overachiever, it is subjective, and I have to give an objective evidences to the external examiners. I have to prove that the population among the sample, these many people are comes under overachiever category. I have to define them. So this is the way I connected to intelligence, and I come to know that intelligence, ability, achievement, aptitude, these were comes under one category in different names. So that is the only thing I come to know that. Mostly it's focused about cognitive ability and mental ability. You cannot find your psychomotor ability. Most of the time, it is not considered at all. And emotional ability is not at all considered. Intelligence means only cognitive and mental ability. Okay. Then after I'm getting into the field of teaching. So every time when I teach, and most of the time the students will not ask any questions. So if the students are asking more and more questions, we will explore further. We read more, and we come up with more informations. So in such a way, in the year 2011, and when I was teaching master students, and they talked about more intelligence, more number of questions regarding intelligence. So then I referred, I think, I thought that S.K. Mangal book, it is a source material for reading more about intelligence. Actually, it is a summary or synopsis or abstract of all the theories. So that is the thing we can get it. And there is a brochure came to my college. It is about a Cowart Corner visit to India in the year 2012. And he came to IIT. I think almost all the parts of India he visited. And I received, and they asked me to pay 5,000. So that time it was huge amount for me. And I requested my management, can you able to sponsor me? They said, okay. With the condition that I have to, the very next day, I have to go to the university, and there is one work assigned by the university I have to take up, and then if I agree with that, and then they will sponsor me. So that is a agreement between me and my management. So I applied for that, and I just had an opportunity to listen his talk at IIT Chennai. And I would like to say that what he said, still I remember, because when we curious, when we uh, um, um, committed to learn something, and then we will remember everything. Dr. Raj Mohan, I remember, and most of the principals and the psychologists who were attended the program. He told me that every country, they are having different opinion about intelligence. We Indians and China, especially Asian people, according to the perspective, who is an intelligent? Intelligent is a person who think that in all the activities for music, dance, writing, and speaking, everything they must perform well. So that is the concept they agree in India and Asian countries. They are intelligent person. But in some countries, when you show that moral values, the good behavior considered as a good character and behavior considered as an intelligence. In some country, when you understand about from their perspective by looking at the face, and they were considered as an intelligence. And in few culture, there's a practice that who is an intelligence? A person who make others smile. If you crack a joke and others, they smile and laugh, and you are the intelligent person. So different notions are there for intelligence. But I will add a few more things. There are many, as I said, the research in science, finding the truth. Okay. Think about the truth of theories. That means theories. When they build a theory, they said that it's the truth. And once after another theory comes, and they are disproving already proven that it was a truth. When take the intelligent testing, I will give one of the term. There is a debate is going on in psychologists, especially in psychometrician itself. What is that? Whether intelligence is determined by genetics or eugenesis or by environment, which one is most influencing? And some people saying that no, it is purely on genetic. And another people saying that no, even the twin studies, when we give them appropriate environment, we can able to have the better intelligence. So there are debates going on, and some people they are arguing that both environment as well as genetic has an influence. I will give one of the important thing about the myth we had. And suppose if my father is an intelligent, genius person, and the earlier theories, which saying that I will be intelligent, I will be genius. If my father is a murderer, then I will be murderer. So that way, you can find out in Tamil Nadu, there are certain community were labeled as denotified communities. It is because of that notion when they were ruling, and these things were coming. And now later it is disproved, and there are many theories were proven that the environment has an important role in intelligence. Okay, this is about theory. And when it comes to measuring intelligence, we use the term called IQ. Okay, intelligent quotient. And it is an interesting thing. And we have to give a scale, am I right? We have to measure what's your weight. My weight is 70 kg. What's your height? 6 feet. So these things will give particular number. Likewise, we want to give that a standard, a scale for knowing our intelligence. That is called IQ score. Based on that IQ score, we can make it the person. Earlier, if the person having the IQ less than 70, they were called as an MR. Now it is labeled as an intellectual disability less than 70. And a score above 70, it is an below average. And average intelligence score is about 90 to 110. So that is a category. And some other people, they vary. They're saying that 80 to 120 also, it is an average intelligence only. And who is an gifted? The more smart people. If their IQ score is 130 and above, it is ungifted. But recently, I found some of the article, and they found that the IQ score is more than 225. I don't know how they calculate it. So 250, 280, they are saying that the person with 280 IQ is there and he's solving everything. And these kind of videos are there still in almost all the social media. If it is so in that already distributed in IQ score, as per my logical understanding, the maximum possible IQ score may be 200, not more than that. Because average IQ is 100 means and maximum 200 only. Mean, median, mode will fall in the normal distribution, that will fall in 100 only. The maximum possible is 200 only. So this is about IQ. And for giving that normal standard IQ, a person to come up with the formula. So one is about William Stern. William Stern, who is the person who coined the term IQ. William Stern. And another person name is Terman. He is the person who given that formula for MA by CA into 100. The 100 he added, but MA by CA already given by Stern also in his theory. So this is about IQ scoring. Now we will come into the main component about multiple intelligence. Just I add on that introduction about intelligence. Who is the father of intelligence? So that is a predominant questions we can expect it from the teacher. And we all know that the first person who contributed in the field, we may claim or we can say that he is an exponential or he is the father of intelligence. That way, the father of intelligence is an Albert Bainey. Okay. So he was very curious and interested to know about that mental ability, not the mental ability of the children. And the French government also requested him and they allotted a project and they asked me to, can you devise an instrument to find out mental ability of the children. The reason is that I think now we are having different types of schools. Okay, one type of school is about special schools and gifted children. There is on some schools are there, and normal children we are having the different setting. So, and the teachers were found that in a classroom, low IQ person and high IQ person were there in the classroom. It is very difficult for them to teach all the children in the classroom. So they said that, okay, these children are having less IQ. So they need a special education. So we have to come up with something. So that is the thing. They want to study about the mental ability of the children. I think Piaget also worked on, so in the project of, later only I come to know that the Piaget's cognitive development theory, how he inspired and he got an idea when he was scoring along Albert Binet test and he come to know that a particular question, most of the children in the particular age group not given the right answer. So then he curious, okay, so cognitive development means for this age and they cannot be able to solve the problem. And he come up with sensory motor stage, pre-operational, operational formula. These connection he come to know only when he was scoring that the mental ability test of Albert Binet and Simon. And I think almost we are aware about it in intelligence testing. Albert Binet is a person. He said that one factor theory. So intelligence is on what I can say that intelligence on general factor. It is an only one. So only factor is that is the theory he proposed. And after him there is a Spearman. So Spearman in his theory he said that no, there is no only one factor. There are two factors are there: general factor and specific factors. So after him, Thorndike, E.L. Thorndike is he contributed a lot in education psychology. He said that no, intelligence is not two factors, they're multi-factor. There are multi-factors are there. So, and he said that there are many factors are there. After Thorndike, E.L. Thurston. So L.L. Thurston, he is the person who said that group factor. That means there are many specific factors are there, and they were grouped into form for the general factors. See, the notion of understanding or defining intelligence vary from that over a period of time, starting from Alfred Binet and Spearman, Thorndike and Thurston, and later Guilford. Guilford is the person who said that intelligence is not about a group or 7 primary mental abilities like 7 components like that. No, it is about 150 factors. 150 factors. So these many factors are responsible for our intelligence. I can say that right now, if you want to know about your aptitude or intelligence, the best measurement is on SOI, structure of intellect. When you take Guilford structure of intellect, and when you come to know that what is your strength, what is your weaknesses, and what are the area you need to develop, on these clarity you can get it when you take up the test, structure of intellect, 150 factors. And when you look at these theories, all these theories are saying that, sir, I'm not running the PPT, I'm just introducing the topic. All these theories are saying that there is an, what I can say, the intelligence is on only one, okay, only one. And there are many specific factors are there, and it may be in group into different way. So that is the notion. And there are 2 persons. They come up with this notion, and they said that no, intelligence is not a single entity. It is different. First person is in Sternberg triarchic theory. Sternberg, I think you all know that the love theory also he only proposed, and this theory also proposed by him. There are 3 types of intelligence. One is creative intelligence, analytical intelligence, and practical intelligence. So these are the 3 types of intelligence, he said. And after him, and he's a person, Howard Gardner, he's very popular, and he come up with an writing in his book. He mentioned that multiple intelligence. In the beginning, he said that there are 7 intelligent types. There are 7 intelligence, and later he added one more 8, and now he come up with another. He added include one more that is called the existential intelligence. There are 9 intelligent types are there. We have to understand that he said that intelligence are 9 types, and we have to admit that there are many criticism also there for his theory, and we have to look into that one also. I'll begin with the criticism. What are the criticism? He said that, for example, musical intelligence, bodily kinesthetic, or when we take about mathematical intelligence or linguistic intelligence, and these were the things are comes under personality traits. So he considered these personality traits as an intelligence, and that is a one criticism. And for example, if I want to know about for example, if I want to know my verbal intelligence, so I have to check my reading comprehension, that language what I'm using. Based on that, we can able to come to know that the ability testing. But as of now, there is no such a testing is available to measure these all the holistic components proposed by Howard Gardner. Okay, just so these were the things I said. Binet and Simon. Wessler's is very popular. Still now, Wessler's adult intelligence scale and children's intelligence scale is very popular. And this definition is almost all the psychologists, they will agree with that. What is intelligence? And the individual act purposefully, think rationally, and deal the environment effectively. So these are the 3 components of intelligence. And as I said, William Stern, he is the person who coined the IQ, and Terman who gave the what I can say, the formula for intelligence. And Howard Gardner, we'll come to that in the main portion. He is a professor of education psychology only, and he's an adjunct professor in psychology also at Harvard University. And he was a part and parcel of different projects. For example, Harvard project like Zero and the Good project. He is the director of that. Okay. And just add few more things about types of intelligence. The fluid and crystallized intelligence. We may aware about it. Here you can see the distinction between fluid and crystallized intelligence. The fluid intelligence, over a period of time, this intelligence decline, and it will be very peak at the age of 30 plus. Okay, and after that it will be gradually down. But when it comes to the crystallized intelligence, and it will over a period of time it will increases. So and you can see the distinction between these two. One is about nature and another one is nurture. Genetic, fluid intelligence like a genetic, and crystallized intelligence about nurture, that environment what we are providing. Okay, it is based on the principle of deductive, and fluid intelligence working on the based on the principle of inductive reasoning. I think in the logic there are inductive, deductive is there, and based on that they classified. Okay, I'll skip these things. I'll move on the main theory of Howard Gardner. He got many authorship and fellowship. He wrote many prizes, awards, and honors in different distinguished organizations, and he wrote many books. And the recent books is on the synthesizing mind. And I would like to quote one of the important thing. I think we all know that now Tamil Nadu is an election period. Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, and Kerala. And like we are having that PR, the political suggestion, the people are here. And he was the first PR to the American election campaign. When? 25 years back. So there are some political parties, they approached him. Can you give a suggestion how we can massively influence the population, the people? Mass influences, how we can able to make? Can you give an idea? So when you read the book of one of the book, Changing Minds, I think, Changing Minds, and in these books, he talked about that and how he was approached, and he think about it, and he uh, wrote about the different components. So these are the other books of him. There are a lot of books he wrote which were very popular. The Frames of Mind is a very popular one. You can get it in all the formats. Revised editions also there. When you look at the definition of Howard Gardner regarding the intelligence, it's look like I think in personality there are a number of definitions are there, but no one is mostly accepted. The Allport definition is highly accepted, and you can see there is a simile analog between that Allport definition for personality and his definition for intelligence, more or less closely related. When you look at that, I will say that what is personality according to Allport? Dynamic organization of psychophysical system that determines one's unique adjustment to the environment. Unique adjustment of the psychophysical system and dynamic, it is a changing one. Look at here, what he is saying about intelligence. Biopsychological. That same term also used by him only. Okay. And he's saying, instead of saying that culture, he's saying that instead of saying the environment, he's saying that culture. Saying the culture and solving the problem. And taking up that important values from the culture, that is an intelligence. And almost it's like a that's where the criticism comes from, his definition of intelligence only. So these were the intelligent types of Howard Gardner, the verbal and linguistic intelligence. I can give from in India, Rabindranath Tagore, the best example. The writers and the orators are comes under this category. In Tamil Nadu, I know many people, and some others, they are very good at speech. The present politicians as well as that the former politicians are very good at it. And some of the Karu Palaniappan, I like recently his speeches very, that aesthetic sense will be there, in as well as that quality of content also will be there. And logical mathematics, Ramanujan. In India, I can give an example. Sakuntala Devi, these were the people were example for logical mathematics. And visuospatial is about predicting the distance between the 3-dimension, 2-dimension, and that kind of understanding they will have. It is very important thing. When you drive a car or bike, it's very important intelligence. And musical intelligence, and many people, they are thinking that when you listen to music and nod your head is on musical intelligence. No. Musical intelligence is something you have to distinguish the different components. It's like you must have that in-depth knowledge about it, and you have to create a music. And some people are very naturally, they are having the potential of creating the music. So they were comes under this category. And these things we can able to notice in our kids. When you become a teacher or when you notice some of the kids, they exhibit naturally these abilities, naturally. Okay. And bodily kinesthetic. And especially you can see that in gymnastic, in Olympic, you can see there are two countries, they will get a gold or silver or bronze medal. Only these countries only, Russia and China. No other country will compete. And these were the people who were still, we take that history of gymnastics. So they were very popular in that. Now it is many people are participating, they won't get a medal. So such a dance moment, like Jackie Chan, sorry, Jackie Chan not come from, what's his name? Pop singer. And I'm weak at that person. He's very popular.
Michael
Somebody,
Jackson. Michael
Michael
Jackson.
Jackson. Thank you, Dr. Vinu. Michael Jackson and here Prabhudeva. So these were the people who are very good at bodily kinesthetic and interpersonal. Some people, they are very quickly have a good relationship with others. They know how to make it and they know when not to approach other persons. And intrapersonal, like and the spiritual leaders and the scientific, they know that what is their strength and they know everything. Such a quality. These were classifications of and naturalistic intelligence. These were the classifications. Later, he added existential. It's like a philosophical. In a big picture, he defined. I will add an visuospatial intelligence. What are the characteristics? Okay. What is the strength of visuospatial? So we can see that they will make a right judgment about it. For example, when you look at the pictures, or it may be a drawing, and we may make a comment in based on if you are not having this intelligence, we cannot able to find out that 3-dimension or 2-dimension, how we can that perspective on color combination, which color we have to take. So that also comes under visuospatial. And many people, when you look at that, they are coming up with red color pant and white color, yellow color shirt, like Telugu movie hero and heroines. It is the best example. So here we can able to find out. So and these kind of people, they will give importance to that, the pattern and everything. Okay, what are the characters we can find in the people? They enjoy that read and writing. Okay, they are good at puzzles. And, what we can say, what is that? I forgot that one. Cubes.
Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, oh yes, Rubik. Yeah, that they will good at it, and they read between the pictures. And some people hear the movie director, what's his name? In Ayrathil Oru movie director, and they will decode the movie, the color and other components. Like these people are very good at it, decoding these things, and they will read graphs and charts very well, and they will create it also. And they enjoy drawings and painting, and they recognize the pattern. When you look at the pattern itself, they recognize, okay, this is the thing. So such a quality will be that. What are the career options better for them? If we found these kind of behavior in the kids, and you can suggest a career to them, artists, engineer, and architects or designers. So these were the appropriate career for them. And when we move on to the linguistic, so they are very good in management in the language, writing, and words. But we have to understand that naturally, female are better than male in learning quickly in any kind of languages, and they are master level also they are good at it. So this is another thing. It is because there are many evolution theories are saying that because they were the family head. We are thinking that the father is a family head, but actually they are the head, and they have to manage all the people. They have to communicate with others. So that's why the part of language area highly developed among evolutionarily female. So that's why they are good at it. But male not having that. When you look at that, many male they don't know how to talk with others. It is because evolutionary reason. Because when they were going for hunting, they need not to talk. If they talk, and then they may lose the what they need to get it in the forest. Single thing. Yes. So these were the things we have to know that, and these linguistic and verbal intelligence, they are very good at it, and they remember and the cohesion of words and when to use which word, and that clarity will be there. They are enjoying reading and writing, and they give a wonderful speech, and they will mesmerize. They will mesmerize and explain things very well, and they use in between humors. here and there, they spill out humors, and when we needed emotions also they will touch. So such a quality they may have. And what are the career options for them? The teachers and lawyers and writer and journalists. So these were the career options. And logical mathematics, they are very good at problem solving, and their abstract ideas they have, and the thinking is good. And scientific, they conduct more and more scientific experiment. They are more complex computations also they will do. Scientists, mathematicians, programmer, engineer, and accountant. So they must. That's why recently there is a notification from AICT for this year. Physics and mathematics are no need for engineering program. And later now they withdrawn yesterday evening, in the morning they withdrawn that no, it is not from us. That someone given the wrong information. It is mandatory. So without mathematics, you cannot become a scientist or mathematician or engineer. So that clarity we must have. And there, some of the people are naturally. For example, many of the members here in psychology, they chose psychology because they are not strong at mathematics. I know one person, and she admitted to me, Dr. Subhasri ma'am, I think one of the core team member, she told me many times, I selected psychology because I'm not good at mathematics. And some people, they are very good at mathematics and bodily kinesthetic, and they are dance and sports. They know that how they are dancers, bodybuilders, and sculptors, actors, gymnastics, and these were fit for them, good for them. And musical intelligence, composers, their music teacher and conductor. And this time I come to know that recently. Conductor means the person will do like this. No? I thought that he is a musician, but later I come to know that musicians is different, and he is the person conductor. He will give instruction which set of instrument need to be played, and they enjoy playing music instrument and singing songs, and they recognize the different patterns and pitches. And if I listen to music, I cannot distinguish one and another. That means I'm not good at musical intelligence, but I enjoy music. So that's the reality. But musical intelligence, when compared to that musicians, my level is low. Is it possible to develop? Yes, there is an option is there. When you take up a rigorous training and commitment and involvement, you can able to develop an interpersonal intelligence. Uh, One of the important thing, and most of you here, and you must have this intelligence because you are most of them are psychologists and psychiatrists and philosopher and counselor, salesperson and politician, and these skills are very important. They communicate effectively. What need to be uh, uh, delivered to us? What are the words we have to use? How we can communicate? They know very well. And non-verbal cues also very good at these persons, very good at it, and they know the situation based on that they will react. Empathy, we can say, the positive relationship. Some people, I remember the first time I met one of the person is my colleague, Dr. Mr. Mona. His father, I first time I met him, and he positive vibration, and there is an psychiatrist, Srinivasan sir also. First time we never met over a phone only, so such a thing we can able to have. So they are very good at it, and that means it shows that we are also some extent we are having those things. Interpersonal intelligence is there, and you are having more number of friends. If not, I think we need to develop. And they are very good at it, solving the conflict. It may be inter or interpersonal. That's why psychologists and counselors and philosophers are considered in this category. And intrapersonal, writers, theory scientists, they analyze and synthesize and create something very unique. So theory building, that can be possible only intrapersonal intelligence. And I still remember the interview given by uh, Ramanujan, the mathematician, genius mathematician. He said that how you are come up with many theories. You have not taken any formal education. And he said that someone has come to my head and they were dictating, just I'm writing it. So that is the word he said that. And later, I think now if he was there, and psychiatrists are many of them are here, and psychologists, they will predict him as something they will label as a mentally ill person, something they label as a possibility. But these were the thing, and not only him. There are the um, the magical man. There is one movie in mathematics related person who is genius at mathematics, and he had a psychological problem. And once the problem is solved, and he cannot able to solve any kind of problem. And 100 years, the problem which were not solved in that place, and he is the person, is the sweeper, and he cleaned the places and he solved the problem. So there is a movie, I forgot the name also, and they were very introspect and they excellent in self-awareness. Finally, natural intelligence, and we need these kind of people this time, especially 21st century, and we almost destroyed all the natural components. And they are interested in biology and preserving animals. We focusing on selfies. We are focusing on. I still remember when my school days, and almost all the bond will be very clear. But when now you can go to that, the water resources are dirty, and almost all the polluted one, and the animals, the street animals, where they will take a water, and these kind of people are need to be play a vital role right now to preserve the environment and other component biologists and conservationists, gardener and farmers. I think you all know that in India it's not a place for them, and some people they are. I still remember a person in my village. There are many people they will plant tree saplings, and that man wherever he planned, and that will be the trees. When in my village, when you look at that, most of the trees were he only what I can say, I don't know a particular word. He's the person, uh, but he's no more. But whenever I go to my native, when I'm in the sets, I remember the persons. So such a quality is there, and they are naturally having that natural intelligence. And many people they may not know. They know that at what time we have to go for harvesting, we have to go for cultivations and everything. That clarity will be there, and that's such a quality we can find it only natural intelligence people. And as you said, his theory, empirical evidences are very poor. Um, it is very popular among the educators, but uh, measurement of these all the components as of now, it measures about interest, not about ability. Most of the instruments available in market measures the interest, not about the aptitude or ability component. That need to be developed. This was the criticism of his theory. So these were some of the references I referred for today's presentation. And also I shared my personal experiences. Thank you so much for listening. And if any questions, please let me know. I try to uh, do my level best. And if there is any flaws here and there, please kindly excuse me.
Thank you so much, sir, Suresh sir, for that wonderful presentation. And definitely, you have told what are the various components of intelligence. So whenever someone says that you're not intelligent, we need to introspect what part of intelligence are we lacking, rather than just cribbing that we are not intelligent. Because, like you said, you have given lots of live examples.
Yeah.
I need to share my son is having a speech delay, but he is very good in maths and he is very good. The moment you said about the mathematics and also the music, he was only in his fifth or sixth standard, and he just listened to some music, and there was an app on the mobile phone where you could play the keyboard. So he just listened and he started to play that music, and we were like shocked. Where did he learn and how could he reproduce that?
Mm.
So, as parent, we need to know what is the strength of the kid. Then we need to encourage that instead of going only with academic performances. So, thank you so much. And you talked a lot about how women are very good in oration. Yes, I was thinking about Shubham. And yes,
Mm.
definitely.
Mm.
Definitely, the oratory skills are more with the women, and definitely men. They
Need
need
to develop.
need to develop, because we talk a lot because men don't acknowledge us, and we have to keep on repeating what we had said. That's the reason we talk a lot. Probably should assess that as well. And yes, we have a few questions in the chat box. Participants, you can unmute yourself and ask also, but there are a few questions in the chat box, sir. Could
Yeah,
you
I'll check.
suggest,
Mm.
yes,
Yeah,
assessment tool for multiple intelligence?
yeah. As I said in the beginning, Even the same questions were put to Fawad Gardner also when he came to India tour, and he said that I'm not having any rights for that. Anyone can develop a questionnaire. That is a statement he told. And as of now, the tools are available meant for career assessments only. Career assessment, not for measuring exactly their potential or abilities. I have gone through that n number of tools in multiple intelligence. I found that it is measuring about the traits, interest only, not about their ability. We need to develop those things. But for example, natural ability, there are few tests are available, and for verbal intelligence, there are some tests are available. That kind of test we can able to. But for holistically, there is no such instrument available as of now.
Yes, sir. The other question is how intelligence differ from creativity, or both the same?
I'm not getting Dr. Veena.
I mean, is intelligence and creativity, do
So,
they differ or both are same?
if you ask me, they are different.
Yes.
Yeah, they are different.
Yes. And Jyoti sir wants to know more about the existential intelligence. If you could enlighten more about that.
Sir, I'm not. I skipped those things because I'm not having in-depth knowledge about it. But one thing I can say about it, it is about the philosophical way, and it's like what's his name? Who was there in the concentration room of Adolf Hitler? He wrote a book on that, Finding Meaning in Life.
It is Viktor Frankl, sir.
Yes, Viktor Frankl.
Viktor
And
Frankl.
yeah, so it's about knowing about your meaning in your life and life purpose. So that is existential intelligence. And you can find that this kind of intelligence very rare. And you can see that most of the preachers and the religious side, and you can find some people are many followers they are having. They know that they are many people who are trying to find meaning in our life. So that's why they are going to that person. So it is talking about that, sir. So that's my understanding based on my reading. And there is yes.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Now there is one more question here: whether which one is best for career assessment, MBTI or multiple intelligence? I can say MBTI is very good for, but I can say that after 8th standard, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, okay, and even for undergraduate. But for primary level and middle level, multiple intelligence is best instrument. Multiple intelligence best one for especially for primary children. This is the best career test I can say as per my knowledge.
So the other question is from Dr. Sunny. How does Howard enlist the 8 intelligences in the field of education or behavioral change or motivation?
When he wrote in the theory, the frames of mind, I think, where only he explained about there are different types of abilities are there, and he describing it, from that only he come to that. Just a minute. Sorry, I'm not just. See, he's as I said now, when he wrote a book on that frames of mind, where he mentioned about different abilities. Beginning, he said there are 7 types of intelligence, and he said the one important component. It is different from other theorists like Albert Binet, Spearman, and Thorndike, and they were thinking about there is only one general factor, and he said that general factor is an intelligence according to them, and he said that no, there is no only one general factor. There are 7 general factors. That means he means that 7 intelligences. In education setting only, he said in the beginning, because he were done a research in the field of education psychology.
Yes.
I hope I given the answer. Yes.
Yes, we have a question from Dr. Chandra. Dr. Chandra, can you unmute yourself and ask the question?
Are you there, Dr. Chandra? Yes. I think nowadays your voice is you are talking from the well, inside the well.
No, sir, I'm trying to be calm.
Okay, great.
It was a joke, sir, actually. I don't know why my phone is like that. Sir, my question is like, I know a kid who does everything very passionately, sir. Beautifully dances, beautifully creates painting and drawings, beautifully delivers a speech, and does also interview kind of stuffs. Singing also wonderfully well. It is like whatever is, whatever she wants to try, she does beautifully well, everything. So in that case, is it possible that a person can possess more than one intelligence in them?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
should we wait to know in which they are excelling really well and guide them on that basis?
No, Dr. Chandra, the question is very, very good one. I would like to say that we cannot say that I will be good in only one component. I may be in multiple intelligence area, I may be good at it. And in Tamil literature also, we can Ashtavadani. That means they are good at 8 components. It may be like related to all the 8 multiple intelligence components, the person may be good at it. So you cannot say that only one area they will be having more intelligence. Different areas they can have, and more than one area is highly possible. And it is not possible for all the people. That is the thing we have to understand. Natural ability will be there in one component. That yes.
So in case of guiding towards career when they grow bigger, how do we do it, sir? You know, when we see something nice, we want to try everything, right? It is our human tendency.
Yes.
But
See,
do you have any tip to wait and assess how they grow or anything like that, sir?
no, I like to say that we know that these are the 9 types of intelligence. Okay, when you look at some of the intelligence are we may possess naturally. Definitely we may put it in some of the component. We can say that aptitude, natural ability, and certain area we may not have that ability, but career opportunities may be there in those components only. For example, mathematical, logical, mathematical. If you are good at it, you are having that high chances in the career market. Okay, so it doesn't mean that I'm not having that intelligence in logic and mathematics. I cannot develop those skills. Yes, there is a possibility that skills can be developed when you are providing appropriate ways, appropriate training to them. They can develop. I still remember I'm not good at in musical intelligence, but when I was attending that flute class, okay, I was there for 2 months, and I know that certain things I can able to follow. But earlier I hadn't thought that I cannot do that. But now I can sarigama pada. I can able to make in the flute. So that we can able to provide a training and we can able to develop. And one more thing, it is very important career skill gap analysis. For example, I may be fascinated in a particular career. Okay, for that career, the particular intelligence is very important. You can take the test and come to know that what is your level. Out of 10, you are having the 3 point, and you need to develop 7 points. And you find out the gap and where you can get appropriate training for that, and you get it, and then you can able to develop. So it is possible to develop those components.
Sir, so from your answers, can I understand like this, sir? The talents and the skills can be streamlined when they are taking up more challenges, and from there we can take it forward. Is it that way, sir?
Yes, Dr. Chandra.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And like you said, there is an link between the intelligence as well. Like I said, the person who is very good in maths also, because even the music has got notes where you have to put them into numerical. You assign a numerical value for them as well. So each intelligence has some sort of connectivity or interlink between them as well. So
Voice is breaking.
sir, another question from
Your
Jyoti,
voice
sir.
is breaking.
Oh, now, sir? Is it okay now?
Yeah, your voice is audible, ma'am, for us. Thank you.
Dr. Veena, your voice is clear to me as well.
Yes.
Okay, in that case, there is a problem from my side.
Yes, the message is
When
in
you
the chat
are
box.
asking, I couldn't get what you are saying. In between, the voice is breaking.
We are
Okay,
hearing
sir.
you too, sir.
Your voice is clear for me.
please see the chat box, sir. There is one question by Jyoti, sir.
Okay, sir. Sir, I think what you're saying that when we concentrate on this, on the moment, more than one activity that may be distracted, we may not be mastered in two skills. For example, I'm the person, I'm not good in musical intelligence. I take for first 2 years, I master it. I mastered. I'll go to the next skill, third skill, one by one. Is it possible? But at the same time, like here and there, I put it, I cannot able to master. Okay, once after mastering the one skill, and there is a connection. I can see that when we read more and more writings about intelligence, I can connect many theories. In the golden theory, the hereditary genius, I can connect with many other components that how that has impact on the policy making also. And that generally, at the same time, we cannot do multiple components. Like mindfulness, we have to focus on only one area, master it. Once after mastering, go to the next one. So that is the suggestion from my side.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
I have a question, sir. I have a small question, sir.
Sir, yes, sir, please. Sir.
Can you sir, actually, as we all suppose and presume that intelligence is actually it's a genetic factor. That is what we mostly in the studies and all we have come across. But only genetic flourish, means reframe everything, or environment is also part of that.
Sir, both, sir, both
Conditioning
are
the
part of it
intelligence
because
or
there are many
to
cases like
sharpening the intelligence, even environment also plays the role,
so
or only
both play. No, sir, both plays an
or what
important
are
role,
the
sir.
degrees
Environment
of
as
those
well as
things
the
will
genetics.
mutual?
No, I can say that 50-50. Because there are many studies
sir.
conducted with twins, they proved that environment has a huge impact, sir, on their ability. I can say one example.
Both is
person
important.
who is
Yeah,
taking,
otherwise,
yes,
though he is having
this-
hereditary intelligence that trait, but he cannot sharpen until unless the proper congenial environment is not provided to him.
true, very true, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I think I'll go with the last question from my side. Like I already posted this question to you, but I'm asking you again this question. So we say that the intelligence part is from maternal side. So what is your view on that, sir?
Yeah. See, recently I read an article. It is saying about that hereditary genius. That means, as we are saying, that the intelligence, genetic 50% and environment 50%. That 50% comes from mother only. If I am intelligent, it is because of my mother. Okay, there are recent articles are saying it, and I think we need a few more researches to or disprove it. As of now, that research saying that whatever the intelligence ability we are having, that comes from mother, not from father.
So it's true the saying "Taye pol pillai."
Yes. Thaye pol pillai, nolai pol selai. I agree.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much for answering all the questions and enlightening us with various multiple intelligence.
Dr.
And
Veena,
Thank you.
yes,
sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think I can have a minute with sir to clarify this. Here, Dr. Saravanan is fighting, sir. The children are intelligent just because of him. Can you throw some light on that, sir?
No, say him. No, say no to him. It is because of.
See, sir, how proud you are as a father, but he's not accepting it, sir.
The recent study proven that the intelligence of a person genetically comes from mother, not from father.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. You made my day,
Yes.
and now the moment is full of laughter, sir. Thanks also for that.
yes,
Yeah.
Chandra, please do the honors of vote of thanks as you have come here, and now is the time for vote of thanks. So please go ahead.
See, I'm really finding a lack of words to thank Sir Veena. Sir, anyways, on behalf of the core team, and your own friends, on behalf of the participants and organizers of this webinar series, we are thanking you so much for whatever you have done so far, sir. And also in today's session, you have clarified many doubts of us depending on intelligences, and you have given clarity about it. Thank you so much. And it was really storytelling for me. I couldn't take my mind out of listening to you. You made it so beautifully well, all the theories and the history of intelligence as well. So thank you for this, sir. So along with you, as a part of the core team, I'm thanking all the participants on behalf of the organizers for traveling with us this patiently and this kindly and supporting us every day. Thank you one and all present this evening. See you all tomorrow on another session, the same link, same time. Until then, bye-bye, good night.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.